Now!
I can't believe you got me with that again.
As much as we all love Guitar Hero, there is something called a real world outside your fair four walls, and we suggest that you visit it at least some of the time.
Which is clearly not what our friend I Am Chris for Life has figured out after he uploaded onto YouTube a video of him completing Dragon Force's Through the Fire and the Flames at 100% on Expert.
Yes,
Freak.
it is very impressive, but seriously, in the time it took to learn that, he could have learned the real guitar, back from real chicks, had a real overdose, and wrote a real autobiography of the experience. You know, instead of which he probably just took too much caffeine, which isn't really that much of a rock experience, more of a droll experience. You know what I mean? Wordplay.
Oh yeah, I see what you did there. Rock and droll.
Yeah, like I went to university and
wow.
everything.
Did you go to university?
Yeah.
What a waste of time that was.
Yeah, I'm still in debt.
Yeah, you're in someone's garden in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
Look where it got you.
Talking about a kid that's on
YouTube.
YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Don't go to school, kids.
Shit. 100% my hands. Holy shit, that just fucking happened.
There is a new Electronic Arts game coming out on October 31st, Halloween.
Oh, thanks for telling us that, like we didn't know.
It's called Dead Space. And we couldn't resist but give you guys a look at the awesome trailer.
So let's look. Let's do it. Go, off you go.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your little spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle.
Dead Space is set to be a frighteningly bloody third-person sci-fi survival horror game set in space. Imagine Echo Night Beyond, what are you looking at in a robot now? But good, with better puzzles and hopefully not crappy controls that make it a nightmare to play.
Yeah, there's a bounty of extra PR gubbings around the release.
Caressing
the release.
it.
Maybe. Ben Temple-Smith, the artist behind 30 Days of Night, and Wormwood, Gentleman Corpse. Colon's not the title, it's just
to show you.
Adding in the punctuation. Has produced a mini-series of comics to tell the prequel to the Dead Space story.
Oh, very exciting. And not only that, but there's an animated movie coming out on the 28th of August, which will fill the gap between the end of the comic book series and the beginning of the game. Methinks they could have just made more story in the game, but
in the middle.
I don't know.
So there's a stack of extra features surrounding this game you can get your teeth into, but you'll have to wait a bit for the game's release. But we here at Eon think they should hurry up and get it out because it looks freaking amazing!
Hey you there, on your computer. Have you ever fancied picking up a bus and throwing it at someone? Or fancied rooting around Batman's underpants drawers? Well, your waiting is almost over with the advent of the DC Universe Online hitting your computer screens in 2009. Thanks.
That was it hitting the screen.
I did.
For the first time, you're able to put on some tights. Well.
Yeah, all right.
Second time, and step into the brightly coloured shoes of some of your favourite characters and have a super adventure.
Wow, that's cunning wordplay.
Awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
We're not really talking sim superheroes or anything. This game is pure adventure with complex and multiple storylines to choose from. You certainly won't be having to iron Superman's pants or anything, you know, unless you want to.
Shame. DC Universe Online will be with you in 2009.
Look at that.
Count them.
Look at that. Look at that visual aid there, in case you didn't understand words.
Out now on the Xbox 360 and PS3 is The Bourne Conspiracy.
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 The game is a cinematic journey which combines elements from the best-selling book and from the movie franchise. It promises that only players of this game will discover the true identity of Jason Bourne and get to see the moment he becomes a rather expensive waste of taxpayers' money.
The game is engaging, despite that comment, and uses many of the stylistic elements found in the movies. The warm levels are well paced, and it eases you into the story quite nicely. The world around you look pretty sharp, and it's nice that when you beat the crap out of someone,
I enjoy that, yep.
You can mash the place up a bit too.
Mash the place up. It has a weird thing where the first attack by a foe is just like a movie cutaway. You watch and then take over, beating the snot out of whoever had the cheek to say that you looked a little bit like that guy who fancied Jennifer Garner in Alias.
Ooh, that's a cuss.
Yes, it is a cuss.
There's also another nice touch, which is the takedown option.
Take down.
Take down. When your adrenaline levels are at the right amount, you can take down your opponent in a spectacular fashion, smashing him into a window, him or her, ladies too, or neon lights or anything else that's around. It all looks very cool, but with that and the cutaway first attack, you can feel like you're out of control a lot of the time.
That said, if you're a fan of the Bourne movies, you will love this game as it plays just like the movie would. The dialogue is good and the story behind it is atmospheric and engrossing. And who wouldn't want to find out that Matt Damon's character was actually a transsexual stripper? Good twist, eh?
Yeah, we think this one is definitely for the fans of the films,
Right.
as well as anybody who takes great pleasure in smacking the crap out of countless individuals for fun. So that's most of us then.
Well, speak for yourself. I prefer a stealthy ninja attack or something with more zombies, but there you go. That aside, the Eon rating,
Born again.
Born again.
Born again.
Yeah, because
Born
it
again.
is.
Bjorn again. Have a tribute band.
Thanks for mixing it up.
Next up, we have the Reload retro game section. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Each month we're having a look back at some classic or excellent games you may have missed, probably because you're not as cool. These two cats right here.
Or as sad and geeky, it really depends on which way you look at it.
Yeah, true. So we thought, like the recent X-Files movie release, we have a look back into the vault at the 2003 game, The X-Files, Resist or Serve.
Thanks for that visual aid. Now, this is actually a really great game if you can look past the fact that Mulder looks much more like the Mulder in the current X-Files movie, i.e. his eyes are a bit small and his face is quite droopy.
That's tight. Old age happens to all of us.
Well, they do. It's just a really odd coincidence that he looks exactly like he does in the movie. It's sort of like the character designer basically had a vision and saw into the future.
Now that is spooky.
It's very spooky. What is actually spookier, though, is that I found a picture of your mum in the game as well. Let's have a look.
Right. That was between me and you, right? That was between me and you. It's not a fault she has bleeding eyes. And you know about the problem I've had trying to get, the glasses with the windscreen wipers on. That's really tight, Jules.
Oh dear, it's scary for so many reasons.
Anyway, this is a game for Resident Evil fans out there, and we reckon, as well as the game being very similar to that particular franchise, it's down to stories to even the menus on the whole thing.
Even the menu systems look just like it. That doesn't actually bother me though, quite frankly, because I don't think there are actually enough sort of Resident Evil type games out there, in my opinion. So if someone wants to make a game just like it, I'm all for it. As it goes, this game is really scary. Think of it like pre-Resi 4 games mixed with the empty, creepy town a la Silent Hill. The
basic story is that Mulder and Scully have turned up to investigate a crime in a town. Upon their arrival, the townsfolk have turned into psychotic rednecks.
Are you sure they weren't psychotic rednecks to start with?
Well, they weren't there before, so how would they ever really know?
I suppose.
It's that kind of thing. All they can assume is that their presence has sent them hell-bent on causing a terminal case of death. So whoever crosses their path.
Don't you hate it when that happens? I'm watching it, I'm enjoying it. Okay, right. The game plays like Resi 2, where you can play two different parts of the story, either the part of Scully or Mulder's viewpoint. The town is creepy and the story is well paced, plus there are plenty of evil townsfolk to chase you about and try and take you down. Yeah.
If you can forget the amusing face of Mulder, the cut sequences, and my mum. Although PS2 quality is really good, and David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson actually voice the characters, so it gives it a very natural, snappy feel. Unlike unlike other games, they've casted out some B-grade actors to kind of do the voiceovers. Is that a ghost? Yes.
I played that game, it was rubbish.
Yeah,
We definitely think you should revisit this game and play it. Plan an awesome weekend of shutting the curtains, drinking copious amounts of caffeinated drinks, caffeinated, and scaring yourself silly. The Eon rating, excellent! That was really crap, sorry.
Yeah, but we both did it at least. We're both in the same boat.
If we just went for it, it didn't work.
Yeah.